My name is Dahlin. I mix front of house for Becky Hill. I met Becky way back in 2012, I think. A few years later, I ran into her at a festival and she ran up to me side stage and went, "Put your number in my phone." And many years later after that, she then messaged me because she was finally doing her own shows with a band and was putting on a tour and asked me to come and be involved.
My name's Robyn Hannah. I am monitor engineer for Becky Hill. Started doing festivals with her, and then we've done the academy tour, and then we've just been doing festivals since, and now we're doing the arena tours.
With Becky, up to this year, we've always managed to fit on a standard 48, 56 inputs. But this year, because we have strings, we have brass, full drum kit, 3 BBs, it was just too much. For this tour, we're using the 338, both here and on monitors, and we've got one SD rack and one mini rack each. On top of that, I have a nano rack that sits out here to accommodate the B stage moment, which has an extra 4 inputs. On stage, I also have a nano rack to accommodate the support acts.
I've got set up 21 stereo IM mixers, and they are for a mix of people on stage and people off stage. Some of the challenges we have had on this production is that it's been evolving quite rapidly. Our fly shows aren't as big as stuff we've done in the UK. We don't take a drummer, so we have to drop the drums.
Both Robyn and I spent a large chunk of time earlier this year just drafting all the different variations of the shows and trying to see how we could create input lists that allowed us to reuse the files and not constantly have a C show file that we would go back to, but always use the same file and just convert it and drop channels on it.
Onboard processing that I like to use is the mustard processing on most of the channels for the EQ and compression. I've also used the Spice Rack on the main vocal, and I've used the Naga 6 on Becky's vocal mics. That's been the game changer because I've not needed to use any external processing.
When it comes to outboard, I don't actually have that much because I'm pretty happy with what's on the 338. I use a Bricasti for extra sweet reverb for Becky's vocal. I also have an SSL, which I've been using sparingly because it's sitting over the master bus to give extra stereo width for some moments in the show. One standout, particularly with the vocal like Becky's, is the dynamic EQ that exists on every channel as well, because there are some bits that poke out when she really belts it, and that's really useful to just notch those things out.
I enjoy using the DiGiCo desks as a brand because you get the support and you can always pick up a phone and phone someone. It's nice when you go into some of the festivals, even the festivals in Europe, and there's a friendly face there from DiGiCo, and they're there to ask how you're getting on. Are you okay? Do you need anything from us? And it's nice to have that little bit of comfort blanket there if you need anything.
When I get to spec a console for a tour, we all know how this goes. We're going to suddenly fly somewhere and do another show, and we're going to go here, and the fact that I know you can usually convert a file we have just makes it very flexible. AdLib have been really supportive in facilitating any changes because, like I said, the gig has evolved throughout the year. With the supporters, if there's anything that isn't working or isn't working like it should on the desk, we can always phone someone from AdLib as well as someone from DiGiCo. And I think we have had it before where I've been on the phone to someone from AdLib, Anna's been on the phone to someone from DiGiCo, and between all of us, we've kind of problem solved an issue and it's been fixed and we've got a solution. And it's that team and that network that's been really beneficial for us this year.